Hello, all of you beautiful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder, Season 5, Episode 2, The Search Begins. We shall begin, as always, with introductions, beginning with our illustrious storyteller, Taldarius.
Hello, I am Taldarius, and I will be the storyteller for Ascent to Ascend.
I am Tochemay, and I am playing Gar, the Gnoll Barbarian.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr, I am playing Kemo. I am a proto-wraith thaumaturge, and dear God, it still doesn't feel right to me that I'm not the storyteller.
You're gonna have to get over this at some point.
I'm not used to it.
And I am Zim, and I am playing as the sentient feral Marten twins. Complete and blank. They are psionic incanters.
I am Rosalia, and I'm alive again. I need to stop dying. Played by Tanya Sapien.
Hello everyone, I am Temple. I'm playing Temple Dord Jägermeister von Glorious Borkenborg Wolfenstein. I'm a big wolven. I'm a paladin, captain of the crew, and I was never created to win. Only by time.
Max.
Alright, we'll turn the recap over to Timber then.
Alrighty, so, previous episode. We're on a boat, or new boat. It's floating. It's not sinking. That's a good thing. The Imperial Navy showed up. I told everyone go downstairs, and I gave everyone a mission to do. A lot of it was don't die, but anyways, Grug got his mission, everyone else got their missions, and then Ulf had his mission for a little bit. I told him to hold the boat, hold course while I go talk to the crew. And then I kind of debriefed him, and then I went back up to the helm, and I congratulated Ulf for being such a good boy. And then we approached the Huntress, which is an even big ol' Imperial battleship. She was so majestic. Her name was the Iron Queen. There's so many big cannons. Oh, and then the twins, they climbed up to me and like hid in the little hidey holes. I made sure to heal them a little bit with what little magic I still had left. They weren't looking too good. I told them to play the quiet game until I addressed them. Well, anyways, we dropped anchor. They threw a big old chain onto our boat. The Wolven secured it to our mast, and then we decided to climb up, leaving Brutus at the helm. So it was me, Ulf, and Randolph. We climbed up to the Huntress, and then we met the Husqvarnian commander, also referred to as the Husqvarnian Anvil. I reported to him. I told him we have access to their tower so long as, we don't blow up their water moorings. So, yeah, that was the deal. Because that's what Prince Efrid said. all warriors have access to the tower so long as they don't blow up their ships. So that's a good thing. Then he kind of was like, he issued me this weird order where he wanted me to strike him down. And he took off his breastplate. And I was like, holy shit. He's wearing anti-maritime plate. That not only is he in the charge of a big old battleship, but he also has anti-maritime plate. This guy must be dangerous. Anyways, he asked me if I was strong, and I said I was the strongest of the crew. And apparently, oh, I'm sorry, Kemo.
I have to tease.
You forgot one thing. I have something that cannot be measured. It is the greatest power of them all.
The power of your faith.
Even stronger than that.
All right, see ya.
The power of the
Says
crit
the guy
card.
with the fucking... No. This power will be revealed one day when it is needed. But I used it. Little help with the Marten twins, they had my back like they always do, and they gave me a little boost. And I struck the commander
Oh, that was loud.
with
That was
What was that?
supposed to play. I was supposed to play after he said struck him down, but he stuttered and they ended up overlapping.
oh.
My timing would have been
Anyways.
perfect.
Yeah, unfortunately. Anyways, before I got distracted with side comments from the peanut gallery, I decided to use my traditional run him through with the sword right through the heart. And I hit him really fucking hard. And we flew into the wall of the huntress. And I'm sorry, sister, I scratched your paint. And I watched him die. And then he wasn't dead.
Nope.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But hey, he thought that was a really powerful hit. It was like 256 damage.
It was
Something like
exactly
that.
256 damage.
Yes. I can't really count that high. This is just what was issued to me. They told me that. What are numbers, right? Yeah. So he gave us, he was impressed, and he gave us some ale, and he asked me what my mission was, and I said to secure the towers at all costs. Not at all costs. To secure the towers by any means necessary, and that I'm a penitent crusade. That's why I have this pretty stupid looking ship. That's well, I'll be proud of having the warship in the Imperial Navy. At least I'm good at something. I'm good at being the worst. Well, anyways, we got a big old thing of ale. We went back to the boat, and then we started raising anchor, unlashing the tether, and getting back to sailing towards Domitalator. Ulf went downstairs with the booze and congratulated everyone on their mission well done. And then the men gave me the report on how much the ship fails at everything except for the fire thing being kind of based, and firepower per tonnage was acceptable. Not ideal.
It's a work in progress.
And that's about it. We were going. And the Imperials showed up on land without leveling the city, so there was that. This is the best possible outcome.
By the way, Moriarty has joined the chat. He does exist now.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's go.
It is I, the husk.
Welcome back, Moriarty. Hello.
You.
Yep, I told you he got into that Hoscovanian ale.
Rose has
Well,
been
go
making a
ahead and
lot of
do-
ride checks.
Go ahead and do your introduction there, Moriarty, and we'll get started.
Everything's out of order.
Hello, I am the Foxbard, playing Moriarty McCann, the Foxbard, and I require hydration.
Well, luckily, we're surrounded by water.
No!
Tanya Sapien is watching the sip water.
Well, maybe if you're a little tough, or you could drink salt water.
Timber, have you been drinking salt water?
That would explain so
My whole
much.
life. Now you know why Wolven Constitution's so high, but their intelligence is so low. They have to be stronger than they are stupid.
I'm just
Hallmarks
I'm just
of a
wondering
woman's
how
check.
strong I'm just wondering how strong their renal system is.
Imperial grade.
Yeah. You could probably drink diesel and still get nourishment from it. Anyways, tell Darius whenever you're ready.
Sacred oils.
All right.
No! My sacred oil is crude.
Yeah.
America.
Yum, it's like drinking dinosaurs.
Big
Taste the
syrup.
Cretaceous.
Sky the Varley cheered with 100 eggy bitties. They think they are drinking salt water, but it's probably had purify food and drink cast on it.
Oh my god.
Thank you
quiet.
for the biddies,
Be
Sky.
quiet. Don't. I'm trying to make them think that we're tougher than we are.
Or dumber than you are.
Yes, both.
Anyways, Taldarius.
It could be both. Yes. So, all of you have had a wonderful 3 weeks of, well, I won't say it's peace and quiet, considering that you are on a ship filled with small children and that are urchins, but there were absolutely no outside distractions.
So we're
Except
just
for the
skipping the
owl.
3 weeks entirely? Because there's a bunch of shit that we were going to be doing.
Well, yeah, you could. This is why when we ended off last time, I said that if you want to do stuff with the 3 weeks, there will be downtime.
Okay.
But
I thought you were just like straight
I
up
haven't
skipping to
been
the end.
displeased with a group of folks since the Cormyreans sent the price of turnips through the roof during the onion famine.
Where you got to talk to him.
yes. Well, sorry to cough there. I'll handle that in a tiny little bit. But yeah, if you guys want to do things, you can. I'm just letting you know that it's going to be smooth sailing
Okay.
because that kind of matters.
Okay, I thought you were like straight up saying like, okay, we've arrived, and I'm like, what?
We're not that cool.
I mean, we could do that if you want.
No.
All right, then what do you guys want to do?
Well, first and foremost, Rose has a second dive into Tartarus to make, and then she'll be finishing up on creating Philippides. Let me take a look at my notes here.
Philippines.
No, I actually had a note for it here. Yeah, Philippides is what she's naming the bone horror. Philippides is the famous Grecian who ran from the coastline to Marathon in order to deliver the news of victory.
Ah, good.
And then,
I want someone who run themselves to death.
Yep. He ran himself to death, and that is where we get the term marathon from, is in memory of the guy that ran himself to death to deliver the news of a war being ended.
It's also why the shoe company is called Nike, because that was the Greek goddess of victory, and that was the one word that he yelled before he died. He yelled Nike, which was victory, giving the news, and summarily dying. But that's why it's a shoe company, because he ran all that way.
And you can too. For $19.99.
You have a plan?
Where the hell are you
anyone
shopping that you get shoes for only $20?
Listen, when they come
Silk
with a free
Road.
death, any price is negotiable.
He's shopping at Silk Road. Try not to think too hard about it.
Moriarty, why do we have so many wish boxes? What the hell?
Hey, why is the Nike logo on this one upside down?
What? My shoes just have a gnome running on waddle. I don't think this is the right brand.
Back to the.
Why does our
Yes,
box have an upside down pair of lines that are intersected?
I'm not getting that reference on that one.
Is that an X?
Upside down cross?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. We got a lot of heretics on this boat.
No, don't worry.
wouldn't
That
be
one just kills you
surprised.
instantly. No running
Oh.
required.
Ah.
However,
Oh,
that one does
yeah.
not send you to Hades.
And the Martens also wanted to steal cannonballs, but Timbo is saying they're too big for all cannons.
So, the next time that Rose needed to die in order to do the little expedition for timber, she would be doing it in a controlled fashion rather than just letting one of the wolven shoot her. What would she find going up and down the shoreline?
In terms of figures there? Or?
Yeah, specifically, Timber wanted to know if there were any wolven that were being stuck waiting at the river Styx. And she has 8 minutes worth of going up and down the shoreline to explore.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll me a...
Alright, go ahead.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. And it's only a bonus of 7 out of 8. So that's 12.
Storyteller?
Luck.
While she's doing that, every day Temple's gonna like dump lay on hands on blank and complete. Just help heal him up faster.
Luck. I can do this all day, game. I have 2 weeks. Okay.
And then it's a 1. And a 7.
And then you just don't find me, Wolven.
Don't worry, the wolf is under the water. Sticks hand under.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah, that would make sense. Wolven probably wouldn't just sit down. They would try to physically cross the river, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And it would make any difference. Think about what the river Styx does. It would make no difference to them.
All right. You find a bunch of figures from all different walks of life, different races, but notably, you never find a single woman.
The moment that Moriarty juices her back to life with the armlet, she will be reporting that to Timber.
Revive!
Rise from your grave.
While she's dead, the twins
dun,
are
dun, dun, dun,
trying
dun.
to destroy the collar.
I just imagine Moriarty's there with like a broom.
Moriarty's there, but he's not opposed to this. So he's letting them go at it.
And Rose physically can't stop them because she's dead, so they have 8 minutes worth of chewing on it.
Chewing?
I mean, with acid-soaked teeth.
But yeah, they are just constantly going at it. Plus, they don't have to worry about hurting her because, well, she's already dead.
Yeah, but if you ever do it, you could decapitate her, and then it gets a lot more difficult to bring her back.
Ulf's just in the background with a mop and sighing.
They won't go all the way to full decapitation. And also, Woe has given the twins a nat 20.
Oh no.
All right. I'm gonna say that I'm just gonna let you know that even with like a nat 20, it will not let you be like able to actually like straight up damage the collar. I don't believe that you can physically deal enough damage on it.
Well, before, when they had gotten a crit on it, they were able to do some minor cosmetic damage. So could they actually...
Oh, that was because of a specific influence that was said that the protections would be disabled for this one thing. So,
Alright, you heard him, Woe.
Darius, you're calling out the wrath of the gods.
No, I'm not. I'm just explaining it because you were questioning why it's different this time. It's different this time because there's not an influence currently.
Ah.
You literally, like, tried saying last time they did this, this happened, and I'm like, yes, because of this. I'm not calling them out, I'm explaining it to you.
Well, the card, Eruption, quadruple damage. A boring one, but lots of damage.
Lots
Wait,
of damage,
seriously?
still a godly artifact.
Oh, okay. You're so nonchalant about that. It's like, yeah, that's what happened last time, not this time.
Well, yeah.
I think that's
Because
enough
that's-
spit to heal him.
So, yeah, for shits and giggles, if you roll the confirm on this, then you'd be running a crit card on it. Because it's magic, it can do some weird shit, so it's still worth rolling the rolling to see if it's
Yeah, you
crit
can still see
confirm.
if you deal cosmetic. I'm just letting you know you're like the numbers will not add up to you being able to do like the whole thing.
Great fun! Right, Boo?
So anyways, he started blasting.
There was the major.
Oh,
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
yeah, I sent it to Tiberius.
Yep, I am tapping over to grab this now. Okay, look. Well, I will accept this, but I will let you know that this is going to have very bad unintended consequences from this. I'm giving you this one chance, knowing this, to change your answer.
Rose also
Oh,
said
no.
that this thing causes her to run her magic.
Kenku has brought the chaos.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Oh god.
Who
I
solidified
know
the
what these
color?
is, and I already hate it.
all right.
Well,
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 in
before
that
you...
case, that's going to change some things. But
whoa, are you going to respond to Kenku's, reversal?
we have a card on the stack. Response.
Oh god.
I get the feeling that I'm getting seriously screwed here.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow Sigma.
I mean, Rose has said-
kind of curious to see where this goes now. I really am.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Rose has said several times that she
None shall
can't do
see
magic
me.
with it out.
Though my
Without it.
battle cry may give me away.
So it begins. Today, I am the Pokemon and he is the trainer.
That's not quite a response, but I'll send it to Taldarius anyways.
all right, well, in that case, I'm going to need you to roll some damage. Remember that it gets quadded. Quadded.
Oh god. Oh god.
Wait, so you did just now draw the quad damage card?
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, you
Yeah,
seem so
you
nonchalant
drew the
about it. I
quad
thought you were like, I thought you were referring to something that had happened before. So okay.
Blank.
No, it was the quad
don't-
damage.
Don't forget, Temple's been healing you. That's the hit points he gave you today. The stuff I rolled, the 20, the 23, and the 23.
Oh, I think that would have them back to full.
Yep.
Also, I need to make some saves for the negative levels.
Hang out with Temple. You get a +3.
We'll just do that all at once here. It was fortitude save, right? Taldarius?
Yeah, it should be a fort save, yeah.
If you're by Temple, you get a +3.
Well, once a day they are gonna go hang out with Timber and... What was the DC?
Look, you're gonna get to roll 21 times. Do you really want to roll until you do it like 21 times?
I mean, I'm good with calling it done.
Because I'm good with calling it done. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here for like 15 minutes just rolling this one check.
Okay, no more negative levels. I'm good with that.
All right. And as for the results of this well thought out action, Was that before or after quad?
The 51 is with
For that
quad.
roll. With quad, okay.
We just multiply the number of dice that are rolled.
Yep. All right. You try to go after the previous, hole that you were able to make into it, and it was like cosmetic damage, but like there was like a couple of small gaps, and so you tried flooding it with as much acid as you possibly can into that one particular area, only to find out that the collar itself is now just kind of full of acid and isn't being damaged by it.
Interesting.
It is now very full of acid.
Necklace is now full of Marten puke.
I'm so glad I'm upstairs.
This is an acceptable turn of events. I'm sure nothing terrible will come of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing terrible at all.
Can I presto out the acid and just like clean it up?
Honestly, don't know if prestidigitation would allow them to check.
It's a magical artifact, so it would be having an interference.
Hmm.
No, it would not be able to.
None shall
Hey.
see me. Though my battle cry may give me away.
All right. But yeah, no, prestidigitation would not be capable of doing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well,
So?
I mean, the twins have 8 minutes.
Oh my god.
They have no reason not to keep trying.
And when she can't do magic anymore?
They're not thinking of that. Their thought process does not extend that far.
I don't think they're aware that she relies on that for her magic.
She said this several times.
To them?
She directly
Yes,
told them to their face.
everyone.
Okay, I will just stop. Never mind.
It's basically she's stuck between two things, and if they're wanting to help get her free from Hades, then getting rid of the collar would be a good thing. It's just it comes at the price of the magic that she has access to because she hasn't had her antler repaired. Until she has her antler repaired, the collar is the only way she can cast spells. So yeah, if that's the extent of things, then I guess just moving forward, whatever happens when Moriarty reses her.
With such uplifting music.
What?
On stream.
Just that.
Whoa.
That's my verbal component. I just go, wall.
It's so quiet.
It is.
Anyone else want to do anything? I'm literally steering the ship.
I mean, I was doing something
if I-
and it got shut down, so
Well, just
That's what I
remind
was-
you that it's important that she has that, though.
I was waiting until Darius to say what happens when she wakes up, because you said the collar's soaked with acid, so...
Have you moved yet?
Oh, obviously she'd be sitting up. That's what you do when you come back to life. You sit up dramatically
Yep.
as a music
Well,
plays.
the hole is in the top, so nothing happens yet.
She's going to go and tell Timber that she didn't see any wolven.
Timber's just
All
gonna
right.
look down at all and give a sage nod. I appreciate that.
You really could swear that something is sloshing.
Considering that I've died twice in as many days, I'm just trying to tune out everything that doesn't feel quite right.
All right.
Need to find out why I'm getting freaking blooped on Discord. Oh, that.
Can
Do not disturb. There we go.
does Timbo notice anything about all?
Her collar is a little bit bulging, but she herself looks fine.
Rose? Your
What?
collar looks thicker than it usually does.
Ah, great. And she's going to rub at it to see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, it like as you press down, it like you can feel like something squish.
I'll be right back. Immediately heading to our workshop to take a closer look at it. Moriarty, did anything happen while I was dead?
Some of the Martens were trying to remove your collar again.
I'm about ready to fucking turn off Crisp. It keeps cutting off important words when I do the Rosalia voice.
I'll rip.
Well, because her voice is so raspy, Crisp is like, no, this isn't how a human is supposed to sound. Get rid of it. There we go. I switched to standard noise suppression. Hopefully it doesn't pick up too much background noise.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, she will be probing at it to find out what the hell.
All right. Are you just going to be like poking at the collar itself, or are you going to try and like figure out what's inside?
She's
When I
got a
say
pretty good
fatalities
idea.
inside, I mean, you know.
She's got a pretty good idea. There's only two things it could possibly be. Either the collar is adapting and retaliating in some way, or it's soaked with something. One or the other.
Well, the outside is very dry.
Well, she'll be poking and prodding and trying to figure out what the hell.
Yep.
Uh,
At one point during your pokes and prods, it seems it pushed out a little bit of the liquid inside, which proceeds to kind of start eating at the instruments you're using to push and prod.
But of course. But of course, but of course, but of course. And, there's a certain type of... There's a certain powdered... there's a certain powdered chemical used in embalming that is a base, and I cannot remember what it's called now.
I bet it's gory.
Oh, Timber.
Wait, no, actually, yeah, she would have a supply of calcium carbonate, right? Chalk.
Chalk? Yeah, you'd have chalk.
So yeah, she's just going to cover a rag completely in powdered chalk, put that underneath the collar, and start trying to squeeze all of the acid out.
Amazingly, the acid is eating through the chalk as it's not equalizing it fast enough. It is very, very, very potent.
She will be spending however long it takes to get all of the acid out. Just swapping as necessary.
Well, Rose, I'm pretty sure one of the wolves will gladly overturn one of their buckets on you. Because Tip was having to mop the place.
So yeah, that's what she'll be doing for however long. Because she knows how deadly that acid is. She's getting rid of all of it.
Yeah, it is quite a lot.
A humorous amount.
Don't everybody else jump in at once. Moriarty, what are you up to?
They're just vibing about.
Gar?
Just waiting for...
I'm trying to stop a bloody nose.
Oh, I feel that.
Okay, Kemo, what are you doing?
Kemo would be attending to his kids, making sure that they are doing okay, and mostly just kind of hanging out, just trying to relax a little and unwind. Like, he's been under so much pressure since he was on that island. It's like, now he has a chance to just breathe and not worry about anything for a little bit.
You had to say that with Woe listening.
Hey,
It's
look,
okay.
Woe can't take backsies. Woe didn't influence, he can't take backsies.
Technically, the influence
It's
was
a-
only 2 weeks. We're sailing for 3.
It's okay.
None shall see me. Though my battle cry may give me away.
That's why Kemo went under the deck with the kids, just stood guard over them, because he knew if he went over onto that ship, things were going to happen, and he didn't want to do that to the crew, to his friends, and to the kids. So he went downstairs with the kids, make sure they were safe and okay, and let the rest of them do it for right now, because it's like, I just want a break. I just want a break. I want a little bit of a vacation to relax, get my head on straight, and get ready to go when we arrive in the new town and figure out what I'm going to do, so hopefully I don't murder anybody.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
Alright, I guess I'll wait for that influence too.
One of these days, I'm gonna find a hamster. I'm gonna feed it an egg.
What?
Also, Kemo would probably check on Timber to make sure Timber was okay as they were traveling.
All right.
If you go up,
So there are 2 influences that are going to happen now.
Okay.
The first is that Rose, as you're cleaning out the acid, it seems like someone casts Create Water above you and dumps 2 gallons of water directly to the collar. Please take 1 acid damage from the diluted acid hitting you.
I just mopped that area.
I've learned to stop questioning things when it comes to this thing. I swear it has chaos magic infused into it.
And speaking about the collar, it does feel a lot more flexible and comfortable for now. Although, maybe you should be careful with your words, otherwise it might tighten again.
Yeah,
She is just going.
Anonymous dispensation.
Tochemay tipped $100. Razim cool.
Tochemay, thank you so very much for that tip and for supporting the channel so much. I really appreciate it. The tip goal has been fully completed. I'm moving it over to the DLC outfits goal now.
I was
she's just-
gonna
Alright.
say. Oh, I was
She's-
just gonna say. Randolph just goes, "This is why a crusade pushes the mop."
Yeah, she's just gonna chalk up the added flexibility to the acid actually wearing away at the internal components a bit. She's not going to question it further than that, because questioning anything regarding it is just inviting chaos.
And no thanks to the twins.
Oh, she probably will be. But right now she has other things on her list. It's a very long list, and it grows longer every minute that she spends not doing anything.
Moriarty shall help.
Moriarty, please get to your mic.
That sad man.
I mean, he is a fox. They make noises like that.
This is true.
You sure about that?
So, Kemo-
I always thought their noises were more akin to, harder, daddy!
Buddhist shoot this man.
Kurt, are you able to put Sim in the well?
No.
Oh.
Anyways, Kemo was wanting to visit Timble.
Yes.
Well, he's
Hey.
still on the ship.
At least I woke up chat with that.
Yes. Kemo would just head over to Timber as he's steering the ship one of the days. It just like, so I just wanted to check in with you, Timber. How are you doing? Are you doing better?
Timble looks down at Kemo and he huffs. and says nothing.
You were just acting really strange before. That's why I was curious.
You see, he starts gripping the wheel, and it starts to shake it a little bit, like he's gripping it really hard.
I was just trying to understand what was going on.
Go away.
Anyway, just kind of lifts his hands. I'm sorry, I just wanted to try to understand.
Temple doesn't reply.
I'm sorry about how I acted before. And I do want to try to get back at least on a better foot with you.
Actions speak louder than words, Kemo.
And yes, I realize that, and baby steps. I'm working on it. There's a lot I have to make up for as well. But I do want to. That's why I didn't get involved with the other woman before, because I didn't want to risk anything happening. I did that because of you, Timber.
And through gritted teeth, Timber would just go, "Thank you."
Akima just kind of opens his mouth before closing it. Like, he's trying to think of, like, what to say here to him. But it's like he doesn't know what to say without, like, seemingly setting Timber off.
Yeah, you notice, like, anytime Kemo, like, walks by one of the wolves and they're just fucking angry looks at him.
Timber's
Oh.
just in his presence doing that, like, straining, veiny face.
Yeah.
So, how can I start trying to make amends, Timber? I don't really know a lot about your people's culture too much.
Timbo looks back to, like, fucking Brutus, because he's just standing there behind him. Now's not an appropriate time, Kemo.
I know, I'm just trying to, like, what would it be, though?
And you just hear, you know, the click of Brutus's, you know, he's thumbing the hammer back on his weapon.
Brutus, we both know that's not going to work.
And then Timbo goes, "Now's not a good time, Kemo."
If only he hadn't lost the ability to read the room when he died.
Kimo just sighs and just nods before turning and just walking away. Like, for maybe like a split second, Timber got the distinct sense of Kimo like contemplating hurling this wolven off the ship for a second before it's like, no, don't do that. That's bad. And it's like, okay, I can take a hint. I'll walk away. but I'm trying to reach out an olive branch and try to understand, and you're giving me nothing sort of feeling is what Chemo's giving off.
And when Kemo starts walking away, he can just hear the unclicking as Buddhist puts his weapon back to half cock.
I like to imagine that it's like the really dangerous kind where you have to pull the trigger partially in order to uncock it.
Yeah.
It's the Wolven, of course it would be.
Yeah. It's just funny.
Well, yeah. It would have to. It would have to, because then, if you weren't drilled enough to use such a weapon, you would tell everybody that you.
Yeah,
are
it's
not
self-reporting.
drilled enough. Yep, self-reporting very loudly.
I wonder if they would have clearing chambers.
It also makes it less likely.
We have our weapons unloaded.
It also makes it, more difficult for the enemy to make use of your gear if it's deliberately designed to be dangerous to use.
Wolven meet Hoskavanians.
The Tibber, the Wolven only know one way to clear a weapon, and that is to aim and shoot.
And hit the target, because if you miss, well, you fucking suck.
And you're wasting resources.
Yes. Remember, we had a whole episode where Timbo was harassing Brutus because he kept missing.
Yeah, Chemo's gonna head to the front of the ship and just kind of relax. Just kind of sitting on the front of the ship, just looking out the waves.
The twins are going to be spending most of their time resting and working on their the harnesses that they were going to make.
Yep.
Storyteller?
Yeah.
I am going to tell Ulf to grab me a chicken from the chicken door.
All right. Ulf will grab you a chicken from the chicken door.
All right. Timbo grabs the chicken and kind of, they're out in the middle of the ocean. Timbo's by the wheel. He's gonna look at the chicken. And he kind of has Ulf standing there, and then Timbo's like, "How do we get eggs from these?"
Oh no!
I know eggs come from these things. I just don't know how they walk. Timbo like flipping it upside down and like shaking it a little bit.
Yep.
Accidentally kills it by crushing it. Then deliberately crushes it. Trying to squeeze an egg out of it.
Yeah.
The squeezing does not yield an egg.
Timber, they just lay it naturally. The females do.
Ulf, bring me another chicken. Timbo eats this one.
Raw with feathers?
Ulf will bring you a new chicken.
He's a Wolven. Does that really surprise you?
Sadly,
he just
no.
Casually throws it in his mouth. All right. Timbo's being careful with this one. He's got his two finger, his thumb and his index finger, and Timbo goes, "I know you don't understand me. Egg."
Timber, you need to set up a place for it to nest so it can lay the eggs.
Egg.
The chicken clucks it.
The funny part is that the chicken, you can just retrieve eggs from the chicken door instead of the actual chickens.
Yeah, well, Tempo has 8 intelligence, guys. Come on.
Oh, I'm
He doesn't
aware.
get
I'm
eggs.
commenting for the viewers and reminding the other players and storyteller of that fact.
Emo wouldn't know. He's never used the chicken door.
That's
What
fair.
come-
All right.
Which came first, the chicken door or the chicken door egg?
Ulf,
But-
hold
but-
the wheel. I'm going down there myself. I'll figure
Oh,
this
no.
out. Tempo
Ulf will salute you.
starts marching down, and just casually eats the chicken as he goes.
Oh my god. Tildarius, quick question. When it comes to aiming
Duffy's
cannons,
cheered with 100 eggy bitties.
Thank you for the biddies.
Well-
I do things.
for Philippides, I'm putting in the skills on the active summon sheet right now. What skill would be relevant for loading and aiming cannons?
So the loading of cannons is not tied to a skill. It is just one standard action.
All right, and the aiming of them?
The aiming is also tied to... Okay, so the aiming would actually use the range skill. And then it would take another action to fire it. So it's 3 actions in total. 1 to load, 1 to aim, 1 to fire.
All right, so just ranged.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
and then
range attack.
There would be... Yeah, so it's a ranged attack, and it has... in case it matters for proficiency... Let me double check to see what cannons are in.
Alright. And bone horrors have 10 hit dice, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm giving Philippides 8 acrobatics and 8 ranged at the cost of spell slots held in reserve.
No. This would be its ranged attack that you would use. So, like, the attacks for any, like, bows or things like that would be using that.
Now I wanted to know what
Yeah.
skill it was because I'm using the skilled corpse ability, where I'm able to spend
Oh,
spell points
okay.
in order to boost its abilities.
Alright, so then in that case, you would need the siege engine proficiency for it. Which is... Yeah, okay, you know what? Literally for the you're trying to do the skill thing, right?
Yeah. Skilled corpse. The undead gains 2 additional skill points per hit dice, their placement being determined by the Necros. This ability can be selected multiple times.
Okay. So, as for skills, there isn't really a skill check for using the cannons. It's an attack check, and it has actions attached to it. The actions you don't have to roll for it. That it just takes actions.
Well, then I'm going to put those 8 points into perception instead, then. Because that would assist it in selecting points of opportunity for vulnerabilities, identifying environmental hazards when it's rowing, that sort of thing. Because it has multiple heads, specifically one for each gun port. Okay, so that's Philippides statted out. Carry on.
Timbo makes it to the chicken door. And he looks left and right, kind of dusts himself off. And he, grabs his gauntlet and pulls it off. He takes his gauntlets off, puts them off to the, in his little satchel. And with his barrel paws, he opens the door. Wanting eggs.
The door provides egg.
Tibble look like how, or like are they on the floor or like just floating now?
They would be on the floor.
Yeah. Tibble, oh so carefully with his ginormous fucking paws, tries to pick up the eggs as gently as he can possibly do. And he takes these eggs and like cups them close to his chest in a protective manner. And like shuts the door with his shoulder, just absolutely demolishing the door. I mean, closing the door. Yeah, closing the door. It's closed.
Yes, closed. It's closed, yeah.
Yeah. And Tibble starts thinking really loud. Twins! Blank! Complete! Where are ya? And of course, by thinking really loud, he's also yelling it too.
Kerr, we're getting a bunch of background noise from you.
Oh, really? I don't hear anything.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, like someone's watching TV.
The twins will just think back. You asked where they were, right?
Yeah.
They send back a picture of their nest.
Tibble starts going over there. Heavy boot steps, dun 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 dun, as he marches his way down there, looking at probably like Rosalia's heretical looking cannon thing.
Yeah, it would currently be in a half-assembled state. She hasn't finished it yet.
Kaiser, and as he just keeps going. And he like comes up to the twins' door and takes a knee and like uses his head as a knocking thing to knock on the door. Donk, donk, donk. Little buddies.
The door opens and they're just in there. Probably about halfway up in a little hammock they've made out of some leather armor and rope. And they seem to be working with straps, with strips of leather.
Timbo does the whole, he sticks his head in, he doesn't really fit through the door all the way. And he's like, I know these are the most precious things to you, and I brought them to you as a token of my gratitude. And Timbal carefully brings his paws forward. And, well, they used to be eggs. Timbal looks down. Oh, sorry. They're just so fragile.
There's a lot of things that are fragile. But thank you.
I tried. What do you want it? Just heal? Temple puts a soup down.
The goop.
Yeah.
They'll hop down and lick it up.
You did good the past couple days. Thank you. I know you might not notice, but I know you might not feel noticed, but she notices. And then Temple does the whole wiggle out the back door like a dog that kind of went through in a hat, doggy door, but he can't. He kind of struggles to back up.
You get a sense from them that they are happy about this.
Look at me, doing a good deed. Because nobody sacrifices more than they do for the pack, and Temple really appreciates that. Let's see. Oh! I need somebody who can read.
Is he saying that right outside their door?
Yes. Temple thinks out loud. You know this.
Oh, I'm aware, but they'll look up at him. We can do that.
I have successfully breached the book armory, and I fended off the demon. And the demon was showing me this book. And Temple shows him the book that he took that the librarian was pointing out. And he flips it to the page where he has the purity seal as a bookmark and goes, "It was pointing to this page. What does it say?"
What language is it in?
There is a line of Draconic, and then after that it is Common, and then it sort of has like it in both languages, and it is a book sign-out sheet.
That is a sign-out sheet for, that you are borrowing it from the library.
Oh. And here I thought it was some sort of super cool fucking... Temple flips the pages.
What does the cover say?
The cover is effectively, like, unmarked, except that it just has the word library on it.
So it's literally just like their master list of...
Yeah, it's literally just a sign-out sheet.
It's their ledger.
Because Timber picked up a book and then was trying to leave, so the librarian was pointing at the sign-out sheet to go, "Hey, you're taking this book, sign out."
Timber, you should probably return that.
Oh, I will return it all right.
Without doing anything to it.
Okay, understood. Temple closes it, reaches back, pulls out the other book. And this one, what is this totem of heresy and evil?
Well, what does that one say?
That one is about wheat farming.
Wheat what?
Farming.
Wheat farming.
I heard wheat bard, and I'm like, so beer.
That one is for farming. Wheat specifically.
This is not my... Okay. No wonder why Wolven don't go to libraries. They're full of useless things. And here I thought I was gonna find... something. And, Temple kind of walks off mid
Though my battle cry may give me away.
He walks off mid sentence.
This time on Ascent to Ascent, Timber tries to book. He is disappointed.
This is true.
Yeah.
The twins are gonna go to the library and look for a book about combat maneuvers and the like. Something they think Timber would be interested
I
in.
haven't been this pleased with a group of folks since the Cormyreans sent the price of turnips through the roof during the onion famine.
That is now 2 Jakovich cards.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't
Also-
particularly like double dipping. The other one I do have planned though.
So you want me
I
to
guess
put a
Timber
cooldown
will
of like 4 hours or something on it?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Alright.
It's a good card. I just don't like, if there's a fuck ton of them out there, and then like there's like, hey, Jakovich just called. Hey, Jakovich just called. Oh, he's talking again. Oh, Jakovich just called.
Alright, 4-hour cooldown on it. Do you want me to refund that last one or no?
Yeah, just go ahead and refund it. I'll make it
Wait,
easier.
I've got a better idea. How about each redeem is how many scrolls he finds?
No, he has a chest, literally just like chock full
Yeah.
of them. That's how he's contacting you.
No.
Well, if we ever need to find a big supply of freaking things, I'm sure he would love visitors.
Yes, he would.
Okay, so Temple also goes back to the book Omoi.
You've returned to the book army.
And I assume like blank and complete are on Temple's shoulders.
They're
so
more
out
leading the way.
doing something else. Oh yeah. So I'm sure they go in, and Temple when he gets in, he's like in a defensive posture.
Tanya
They're all
typing.
nonchalant. They're all nonchalant, and Temple's like, like he's ready. He's got his hands out. I would taunt demon.
We don't think he's actually a demon.
Oh, it guards the book armory. Of course, it's a demon.
Is our word not suitable to say that it's not a demon?
What would guard a book armory other than a demon?
A librarian?
What's a librarian?
They are ones that guard knowledge.
Okay, so now Temple has a ward for Grand Demon.
Knowledge.
I
guardian.
see. The master of law and secrets and heresy, a librarian, understood. Incredibly dangerous. You have to be careful. Blank and complete. It knows forbidden things. Whatever it says to you, don't listen to it. It will only tell you lies. My previous expedition, it wasn't expecting me. So I caught it off guard. And I obtained useless things. Temple puts the books back. And he every time he's in this thing, he never turns his back to this librarian. And he's always keeping like a super safe distance.
All right.
They're just eyeing him in a bit of confusion, but shrug. I go back to looking for a book that Timber might like.
Your boy blank and complete. Let your ignorance of this horrible place shield you from how horrible it is. Temple withdraws, and he closes the door.
Maybe if we
And you
find
can-
a book he
and from the
really
other-
likes, he'll not be so against it.
And then as soon as Timber closes the door, you can hear him just like flop against it to make sure that the door's really closed. And the wall kind of shakes a little bit.
The door opens inward, so he just falls back into it.
Well, he doesn't really fit through it. His butt will probably, like, hang in a little bit, and he'll steady himself and just leave.
Mostly
Alright,
because I'm pretty sure all the
go
doors
ahead.
would open into it.
Yeah.
For things that Timber would be interested in, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
And they do know Draconic, so they can get help from the librarian.
Yep.
Boom. Not great dice rolls, but bonuses are good.
Bonuses are good. For one of the
Not good dice
books-
rolls. Rolls 21.
For the things that you think Timber might be interested in, sequestered in one of the corners, you do find a treatise manual for longsword combat that has exactly 0 words. It is just pictures and images of things getting stabbed.
This is truly perfect. They will take it, sign out the book in the ledger, and run to find Timber.
All right.
I could hear Domino rattling at his cage.
Don't do it, Kurt.
Just distant laughing of, "You have no power here."
In this universe, we can kill Domino, so don't try bringing him out.
I'm pretty sure Timber.
Anyways, yes, you have the treatise.
Domino appears. Happy Timber noises.
The twins are climbing up onto Timber's shoulders and making the book hover in front of his face. We found one that you would like.
Oh, hey, twins.
Timber's neighbors must think that he's killing somebody right now.
Or did he kill himself?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
They hear
but
me
this-
At the end, they hear me laughing, though, so they're like, oh, God, what's wrong?
I don't know why, but this reminds me of that one SpongeBob where SpongeBob's just like screaming in bursts.
Don't forget,
where like
everybody.
the picture of himself gets put up.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, 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 oh!
Don't forget, everybody. I love clips. That's a great clippable moment.
A clip of just Moriarty screaming with no context.
Well, I was more meaning Timber, but
Scream.
Moriarty too.
I put the book in front of Timber. Ah!
So, anyways, they're gonna make it open in front of him.
Timber closes his eyes. What are you doing?
Granting you great knowledge. Look! We can see you're not looking.
I know.
Well, fine. We'll do it this way. And they're going to just transplant their vision into his head.
Timber's gonna scream inside of his head as loud as he fucking can.
And turning down
externally too.
Yeah.
And turning down Timber's volume.
Yeah.
I posted a GIF that I feel is relevant in Ascent to Ascent.
Let me look.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tim was flailing around. Ah, ah. Yeah, and he can't. He's hopelessly unable to stop the fact that those. Oh, pictures. What are they pictures of?
Longsword combat.
I already know longsword combat.
Don't you want to be better for the Empress, though?
Okay, fine. I'll study the fucking lesser effective use of longswords that the heretics use, so I know how to fucking take care of them better.
Timber learns
Okay,
a singular sword combo.
Tim was like, "Yep, I've seen this. I've seen this." Yep, that kind of looks
One
like
of the
that.
interesting ones you find is some person grabbing the sword by the blade and using it as a bludgeon.
Yep, finish him rightly.
Now that's ending him rightly with the pommel. The pommel can't be attached to the sword if you're ending him rightly.
That is true. And then there was also the one where we fucking spike him with the handguard. That's a good one.
Yep, that's called the Mordhau. And that's the one where basically it's being grabbed by the blade and used as a bludgeon.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's lots to be learned from books. Things that can make you better.
Become a Sesame Street episode.
Sesame Street episode featuring the Fool's Guard.
This
that
episode brought to you
is
by the
actually
letter M. For Marten.
And the color red, like blood.
By the way, yes, this is a treatise about the Fool's Guard.
And the number 8.
It's just
the highest Timber can
because
count.
we can't go without taking my boots off.
Then you can count to 16.
Yeah, and if I count to 17, people get kind of they start screaming.
Yep. In case anyone wants to know what the Fool's Guard looks like, the Fool's Guard is the one on the left.
Yeah. I got a book like this in real life. I just like the ending him whitely meme. I throw my pommel at him in the face.
Yeah, unscrew the pommel and end them rightly.
Yeah.
The one about it being used as a bludgeon. Here you go.
Yeah.
Obviously that has words, but in the actual thing it doesn't. Just involves using it like a bludgeon.
Yeah. Smack a bitch. Why are you showing me things that I've already known? I'm not opposed to the so-called reading you do. How else am I supposed to read what the Kaizen allows me to? This just isn't state approved. It could hold dangers. We're lucky today. Or maybe I'm already caused by chaos, so I'm immune to it. Who knows?
The only dangers these books can hold are dangers for the enemies of the Kaiserin. Because the more you know, the more effectively you can fight her enemies.
I so badly wish I had bits right now so I could play the more you know sound effect.
Yeah. I'm sure someone will. Timber
Also,
grabs the
Timber,
book
someone
and
was
the
just
book.
attempting to use a bunch of logic to get you to read.
Mm. Mm. Oh man, this is worse than like Kemo shot me through the chest. Ow.
Can we roll 3d8?
Why would we be rolling that?
Oh, because Timber's definitely taking psychic damage.
Well.
Moriarty, could you just say something random? Just whatever.
Hippopotamus Emporium.
Okay, so you have this really weird faint whine on your microphone that sounds just like the computer terminals from Half-Life 1.
Yeah, that's occasionally my computer just decides to start panicking. I have a very old computer. I need to get a new one.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Timber's incredibly desperate. He's going to ask for guidance. Can I roll a religion check?
Roll a religion
can.
check on the picture book.
All right. The guidance says that while this book is innocuous, it is still not accepted as imperial doctrine. And to always remember that ignorance is strength.
Timber takes the book. I appreciate what you're trying to say, twins.
They are wagging and leaning forward, looking into Timber from either side of his helmet. They are hanging on his every word. And you get the sense they will be absolutely devastated if you say the wrong thing right now.
Timber takes the book and begins marching upstairs.
The strongest foe he has ever faced. Guilt.
I only have one regret. Timber marches upstairs.
Apparently carrying the twins.
Yeah, with the twins on his shoulders, and Timber has the book. And Timber tells the twins, ignorance is the best defense. And then he's gonna take the book and chuck it up and yell, Brutus, pull!
Oh no!
Are you... The moment that Brutus gets the chance to destroy knowledge, he rolls a nat 20. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes!
That's just the dice doing good storytelling.
I'm not even exaggerating. If you look at Ascent to Ascent, he had the chance and he fucking took it.
Yes.
Brutus is going to destroy the knowledge.
I'm gonna write a letter of recommendation to give this guy a fucking medal.
Kemo's just gonna look up when he hears the gunshot going, what the hell is going on?
That's probably Timber.
Pages.
It's woven.
Just looking up. I'm assuming we can see the scraps of paper just fluttering down.
Absolutely.
I assume Moriarty and Rosalia are like below deck, so he's just calling up from below.
Yeah, they don't know what just got shot, but something got shot.
Well, you hold Temple screaming, you hold Temple yelling, you hold Temple giggling, and then you hold shooting.
What the Timber? What's going on? Why is their pages falling?
Everybody's
Temple,
heads are filled with absolute anguish from the twins.
Meanwhile, Temple's just standing there with his arms open, and he's like, salvation.
No, wait, hang on. I need you to just take a step back here and rewind and tell me what the hell. Why is this salvation?
The response the twins get back from Rose is, Temba, his cheeks wet with tears. Shaka, when the walls fell.
The twins are jumping into the ocean.
No, wait, Zim, you're not an otter in this game.
He does have a
Fine,
swim
he can
speed.
swim. He has a
Marten-
swim speed, and he doesn't need to breathe. He's literally an underwater drone / missile / aircraft.
Martens actually have webbed toes. They are very good at swimming.
Ah, good to know, good to know.
He's ATM, all-terrain Marten.
Why did you shoot a book, though, Timber? Seriously.
Because the Jägermeister told me to.
Second
Lucas is looking
question.
at you very confused.
Looks at Timber. Timber, why did you tell him to shoot the book?
Because that's what we do.
That's not okay.
You wouldn't understand, heretic.
There's no reason to destroy knowledge like that.
Kemo still hasn't figured out that.
I would like to direct everyone. I would like to redirect everyone to the stream.
I love how Kemo still hasn't figured out that we're the bad guys.
Not even letting them on the boat.
Kumar doesn't want to go on the boat.
He's just having fun all the time.
Yeah, he just comes up, says hi, and then swims off.
Literally just goes. Oh, they cut off the hay. See, I turned Chris back on, and once again it's censoring me.
What did you say, though, Timber?
Ignorance is the best defense.
No! No, it is not! Ignorance is how you get really stupid people making really stupid mistakes, and people getting hurt because of it.
Oh, the guys in the boat.
I am not letting that one fly.
Oh, it's not flying anymore. I shot it.
The twins are swimming.
Timber looks as the kid.
The twins are swimming in the direction of Erlago.
Not what I meant. I appreciate the effort, but not what I meant at all.
You have strange ways of saying things, Kemo. I'm still trying to understand you, but I don't need to. I already know what you are.
What's that?
Temple points to the crest on his chest.
And what does that mean?
You know what it means.
Why am I a heretic?
Because you don't believe in the Kaiser.
Well,
Even though he was
whoop-de-doo,
there.
Timber! Most people don't. That's one of the good things
Yeah.
about our societies.
Oh no.
Good. So fucking good. So fucking good that they leave the children in the streets, all alone, with nothing to do.
Yes, it happens in some places. Some places are better than others.
I would
Some
like
place-
to point out that the children left in the streets with nothing to do. That's an important qualifier on what he just said there.
I will also say, though, that these children chose to be on the streets rather than to be. Because I believe, if I remember right, there were orphanages, right? These children specifically chose to want to be on the streets.
Yeah, basically they went fuck these orphanages and left and went on the streets.
Yeah. So, no, these kids specifically made the choice to want to live out free and do what the hell they wanted.
And then they organized a mafia.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I have to say my dad would probably be a little bit proud of. I mean, that takes at least some organizational skills, and for kids, that's a pretty good thing. I'll give him that. But, Timber, it's okay for people to have different ideas. It's okay for people to disagree on things.
Yes, I know.
Wait,
You
did Timber just say I know? I thought he was going to start screaming.
You don't have to call people heretics, though, for it.
It is the truth.
That means you're heretics to them.
Yep.
That really makes it so it's very difficult for people to get along, then.
Yes.
So why can't you just try to work things out and talk about it?
Last I checked, I've been doing that a lot more than you have.
Ouch.
And I'm the warmonger.
To be fair, when I start things, I tend to end it very quickly.
Yes, you do. And you ruin everything.
I mean, I haven't really done anything so far, other than... I mean, the only person I've really killed so far is...
Since you came here, let's see. Timber pulls out a scroll.
You can read that?
Yes.
Oh no, Timber's reading! What have you done?
Let's see. And I quote, I don't care about honor. Let's see. Next report. Oh, here we go. The Wolven defended the ship, and somebody came and threatened the security of the ship, flattened my men. Let's see. Oh, used them as furniture. Let's see. What else? Oh, here's a good one. Just marches onto my boat and drops a bunch of conscripts. That was a good one. You sure like stepping on people's toes.
Those are not conscripts, Timber. They're kids.
And then, I walked out one day and it's raining Martens because you exploded them. Let's see.
Wait, what? No, I was not involved in that at all.
Yeah, you were. Mr. Shadow Dude.
He's referencing when you were in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Oh, and then let's see. You almost baptized Rosalia. Let's see. Here's another one. Here's a good one. You were asking for help, and the Kaiserin offered you a hand, and you said no. Timber starts rolling up the scrolls, and I can keep going.
Okay, refuting. First, yes. Honor on a battlefield doesn't necessarily... Is it... He pauses and kind of considers his words for a moment. Winning a battle is usually what's going to count, and keeping the most people alive possible. If that involves having to use unsavory tactics, I am willing to do what is necessary in order to win, in order to protect the greatest number of lives as I possibly can. So if it involves poisoning people, killing them in their sleep, or things like that, I will do it if it means protecting other people and making sure that they stay alive.
You really do need to learn how to lose, Kemo.
When you lose, you die, usually. As he waves a hand to himself.
Oh, Kemo.
I literally died.
It's called losing a battle to win the war. You can't win them all, Kemo, but you can choose what battles you can win.
I
Now, if you
prefer.
excuse me, Temple starts marching to the look at the back of the boat. Twins!
I prefer not sacrificing my people and throwing their lives away like you guys do.
A worthy sacrifice.
No, it's not. You're killing people. Yes, people will die in war. It doesn't matter. That's going to happen. You guys seem to think you have ranks upon ranks of reserves, though.
I am not going to correct my enemy when he is making a mistake. Timber turns around and starts. Alright, everyone, hold on. Timber starts turning the boat around. He's trying to make the boat chase after the Martens.
Kemo just idly just watching Timber, glances at his hand, up to Timber, back to his hand, then back to Timber before it's like, no, we're trying to be friends. We're trying to work through our issues by talking to them. We are not going to yeet him over the side of the boat. That is not what you do with friends.
Also, if you
Are you
yeet
saying
Timber over
that
the
out
side
loud?
of the boat, he might not be recovered.
He can land. He can walk on water, remember?
I
Yeah, but the
did
boat's
forget
a
that.
lot faster than me.
Besides, like, he can keep the telekinetic force on Timber, so he can just pull him back up again. Or just, no, this is not what you do. You're trying to be friends with Timber and work through all of these issues and problems. You are not trying to cause more. Just breathe, work through it. We can talk. That's what we want to do.
Are you talking out loud to yourself?
More like very quietly under his breath.
Where are you right now?
Probably
Next to
in
the
the...
helm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like kind of just like muttering all this to himself, like reassuring himself. It's like, okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You can work through your problems and issues and get through to Timber and be friends with him.
He's right next to Timber, but Timber can't hear him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Timber and his
Plus-
willing arrogance.
Plus, Timber also doesn't really like to listen to Kemo. Ever since he said, I don't like honor.
Honor is just a made up thing so people can feel better about murdering other people.
I wouldn't be surprised if you said like 2-3 more things that Timber just starts doing the la 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 can't hear you.
I mean, you're not too
boat
far off from it right
is-
now.
The boat is leaning as though taking a hard left.
What the hell is going on? I'm gonna go up and find out what the hell they're doing up there.
Alright, I'll join you. I'm sure it's something stupid. And I shall offer little head massages after the fact.
Swim, swim, swim,
Maybe,
swim.
maybe later. Later when they're alone together.
Oh god. Oh Kaiserun. Twins! Where are you going?
Back to Relago.
Why?
They just send shooting the book to Timber's head. Followed by their rendition of a very angry librarian.
This is what happens when you give a woman a book.
I imagine the memory of the book being shot is in slow motion and being played to Ave Maria.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
I was thinking
100%.
I was thinking Greenbird, but that works too.
Yeah.
I was expecting Lacrimosa.
Sad
Which one's
music
Lacrimosa?
is fucking obliterated.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
I'll
one
just-
works.
No, it's actually In the Arms of an Angel.
In the arms of an angel.
It's just Buddhist in slow motion, slowly, the fucking hammer striking the fucking wound and the wound striking the powder, and it just slow motion.
That's the slow mo.
The spark of the powder, and then the recoil, and then the ball coming out, and the smoke.
And then in the middle of the memory, one of the Marten twins just walks in front of the memory. Hi, my name is whatever
blank.
today.
Yeah.
So
Only $19.95 a month, you can save a book from Wolven Inquisition.
I do have to ask Timber, you're acting way differently than you did that one day before we set off. Like night and day, different person.
One
Swim,
thing at a
swim,
time.
swim.
I'm trying to see why the twins are on and off.
Did the twins
And
send that image to everyone or just to Timber?
Everyone.
It almost seems like they you shot the book and they're upset at you for that.
Technically, Timber didn't shoot the book.
He gave the order.
I did give the order, but that's what we do when we are given books that are not approved.
And would Rose be arriving about this time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, from the top, what in Tartarus is going on, and why is Timber shooting books?
Kemo will try to explain what he knows.
Timber, why?
I have made sure that all of these things were put in a safe room. One of these things breached the safe room. One of these things was given to me. I made sure to take it up to the fucking out here and deal with this fucking thing that shouldn't be outside of the safe room.
It was a book! People read books!
I'm sorry, have you folks met Timber?
The twins send a replay of the entire events leading up to this point to everyone in fast forward, so you get squeaky Timber voice, but yeah.
Timber, they
But
were trying to be
including-
nice.
But including the part where Timber went in and took books out of there and wanted them to read them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them back.
I understand the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Rose just going to go. So, what you're saying is, you ordered the destruction of Imperial property. You make me sad. I'm going to go catalog those scrolls now before they get blown up too.
How does Timber react to that? I'm very concerned now.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that it? That's all he says? That's all he feels? He's just like, meh?
No, no, no. Timber will turn to his men and tell them, "You do not have guard duty tonight. I will take all shifts."
And you get a bunch of salutes.
Rosalia, what have you done?
In fact, you have all of today and tonight to yourselves.
Rosalia, you've only made Timber penitent. You haven't actually taught him anything.
I feel like we should be scared.
If you
We shouldn't
want
be
to,
scared. Timber's just going to be tired and have probably less judgment faculties than normal.
if you want to get through to Timber, first you have to speak his language. He is mentally hardened against the forces of logic and reason. You have to speak in the language of the indoctrination, otherwise you're wasting effort, and if anything, you're just making things more difficult in the long run.
Yeah, to be fair, he was seeking out books of his own volition. I just think he needs to be allowed to explore them at his own pace.
Oh, the
Yeah,
twins
as
are
I'm
looking
talking, you
at
just
this
see
as... You guys all get a sense of feeling betrayed from the twins.
I just want to boop Timber's snoot.
Yeah? Well, I destroyed it because it was given to me, and I did the right thing.
I didn't! Not at all!
If you did the right thing, why are you being penitent for it?
Because I have upset my crew.
Because you destroyed a book for no reason.
All right,
It was
Timber.
it has breach containment. It was in my custody. This is what I want to do when I get a book.
Timber, I think we need to work on penitent behaviors for you because they don't work the same here.
Yes, I'll continue to do whatever you want, and the moment I try to do something for me, it's wrong. I see.
But Timber, we aren't Wolven, so Wolven penitence doesn't work.
Oh, okay, fine. What heretical things do you want me to partake in for the punishment?
There doesn't need to be a punishment, Timber. We can just talk
I
about
have
this.
upset my pack.
Yes. So we talk about it, why we're upset, so we can avoid it in the future. That's what people do.
Right, so first part of the punishment is verbally stating the wrongdoing so that it is understood that you understand what was wrong.
I, Temple Dorjägermeister von Glorious Borkenborg Wolfenstein, will return stuff to the book armory. Without a cannonball through it.
All right, twins, you got that?
Yes.
Is that acceptable?
They're coming back onto the ship, since the ship was turned around.
Nice, see, Timber? Simple.
You wanted us to read a book to you. You were looking for knowing what was in them and such. We found a book we thought you'd like, and you destroyed it. You betrayed us, Timber.
Dick move, man.
And they're just gonna go back to their nest, and they are shutting off the collective.
Yeah, always feels weird mentally. Is it bad that I feel weirder being alone with my own senses than I do with the Martens now?
You get used to it, I guess.
I wonder if this is what a hive mind's like.
Probably would be my guess, but I can't say for sure.
You see Timber looking down at the two of you. Like the moment when the twins left, Timber's like paying more attention to, looking at the people talking. He has a hard time understanding you if he's not looking at you.
Timber, this is probably going to be hitting a brick wall. Not. Never mind. It's probably not even going to matter anyway.
Timber, let me put it like this. Outside of the Wolven, the general procedure for dealing with penitents is going over the actions that caused the issue, and then going over rectifying actions, and making certain that you communicate, that you understand what you did was wrong, and that you won't be doing it again. It's a very basic procedure, but it's quite effective.
Understood.
And then if they ask something of you, then it's generally a good idea to do what they ask of you. But coming up with your own penitence directly in regards to wronging another, will they simply see that as selfish, if that makes sense? Whereas I understand with the Kaiserin, it's just standard procedure for all of you.
I am still a stranger to dealing with your kind.
A part of the problem is likely that we don't all follow the same doctrine and docket.
It's a culture shock.
Aye.
You're different than us. We're different from you. The way you see and do things your entire life is completely alien and different from how we do things and how we treat things. Things that we think is completely ordinary and everyone should know is completely alien to you, and vice versa.
What's worse is from one person to another, nothing's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with the Wolven, I'm sure I could ask any one of you what your 17th tenant is or something, and you'd be able to belt it off instantly.
I traveled to a lot of different places for my dad. And I went to like almost every region to learn a little bit about it. Just so I would have an understanding of what those societies were like, why they acted the way they did, and why their people were the way they were. Because they're going to be way different than I was.
Did you ever have mercenaries that you worked with, Timber?
You can't buy loyalty, Kemo. I mean, you can't buy loyalty, Moriarty.
Oh, no, but I do know that sometimes standing militaries like to bolster their numbers with a bit of coin.
Adventurers, too.
Hi.
Ugh, disgusting.
Timber, we're adventurers.
I know. This is my punishment. I've become what I've used to hunt.
Adventures aren't a bad thing, Timber. Well, okay.
Yes, they are.
Why do you believe them to be a bad thing?
Why? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they go around trying to change the world in their image. And then Tibble like does that whole concern thing. And then they become chaotic beings that are unstoppable. And then they'll slaughter your entire platoons. And there's nothing you can do to stop them. And then they start hunting gods for fun. And then, when they get tired of this so-called game, it ends.
Get it a little better there.
Moriarty's just concerned. Look at that.
My poor fourth wall.
Adventurers. There are a lot of monsters and dangerous creatures that prowl the world. And sometimes adventurers are the only people who can deal with them. They have the skill sets and the training and the experience to do it.
He does have a point, though, if I'm going to be completely
Feel the backhand of justice!
that always comes up at the best fucking time. I can't stop, but he just has a point, and then keeps like, "Feel the backhand of justice." No, hold on a second. Let me get my bearings before I laugh too fucking hard. And Timber will go, "That is why I crusade. That is why Wolven crusade. We restore order."
And that there, Timber, isn't a bad thing. Like, in that sort of thing, protecting people from monsters, protecting people from the things that go bump in the night, demons, dragons, devils, goblins, you know, the things that are going to, like, wreck a village or a town or cause problems, get a lot of innocent people killed. That's a good thing, Timber, and I can stand by you 1000% with that sort of thing.
I'll let you two talk this out. I need to go get caught up with Rosalia and make sure that the undead are staying dead. Yeah, that.
Hi.
Maori?
Yeah?
You know, Timber will take a knee so he can kind of get closer to him and go and like puts a paw on his chest, on his shoulder, you know, big ass gauntlet, and just goes, "Do apologize to Sister Rosalia for me."
Oh, sure.
I'm also upset all. Now, excuse me, I have my duties to attend to.
Of course. Moriarty looks at the hand with great concern.
Timber goes back to his post, making sure the ship gets corrected.
The twins, meanwhile, in their room, just curled up into a ball of fluff, crying.
They are trying. They are seriously trying.
I heard crying.
Oh, I know. They are
Feel the
crying because
backhand
they are
of
trying.
Justice!
I'm not sure what you mean by trying.
Their best.
They're doing their best. They're trying to be a benefit. They're trying to help people. They're trying to be the heroes, but it's hard.
Meanwhile, you know, back in the Woven Barracks.
This hamlet shall not fall.
Rockamatzi raided my stream with 2 viewers.
Rocco! Hello there, Rocco! Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in. How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. You guys have come to our Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder game. So settle on in, enjoy the show. I will be in the chat, but thank you so much for sharing your community with me, Rocco.
Kemo's just idly thinking in the back of his hand, God, I wish some pirates could show up. I really need some stress relief right now.
No,
You
not
see,
yet.
I was, I
Calm
was, I was
down.
gonna say, while Tim was off doing this back in the Wolven Barracks, they're like, fucking Brutus, the Giga Chad, got them the day off. They were so fucking happy. They're gonna go sneak off and like get a cannon and fucking chug booze from that.
Mmm. Tastes like gunpowder.
Yep.
Yeah, and
They're
yeah,
gonna
when
do,
they go,
they're gonna do they're gonna do the thing Rosalia said the Wolven Moines do.
yeah, they're gonna come down to the cannons to find that there is string everywhere with distance markers on it, piles of bones, loose lumber. There's a lot of construction work going on in the rowing galley right now.
So, Rosalia,
Fine, we got magic
Yes.
cannons, boys.
I'm a little bit concerned about Timber.
Only a little.
Oh, a bit more than I was.
Yeah, well, I can't keep on top of every bit of chaos at the same time.
Right, and I'm not asking you to be. Oh, by the way, he does apologize.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. But I'm just more worried that there may be a point where he might try to kill us.
Oh, he said to kill us. I thought he said to give us. Like, give us what?
Give us the death.
Give us the death. I'm very aware. You saw how little hesitation that the others had when I needed to make a dip into Tartarus. Unfortunately, it's not something that I see any immediate means to deal with.
No immediate means no, but perhaps safety preparation should be made.
Oh, you mean like having a phylactery, having the magical ability to restart your own heart if it stops, those sort of things? Because I've already done that.
Oh, I was more talking offensive measures.
Hi.
Oh, I just
I mean,
kind
you
of
guys got
pop
magnets.
up there.
No, I was doing it as a random joke. Moriarty said offensive measures. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Kemo.
camera pans over, quack noise as Chemo's waving.
I just imagine Kemo doing like the Stitch. Hi.
Yeah.
With that type of face.
You know, this is
I don't know what the
probably
fu-
like the easiest campaign to run for Taldarius. Like, we just sit here for
Drama.
hours talking amongst ourselves, and he doesn't have to do much of anything.
Hey, this is
And hey,
what
I
a
even
peak campaign
told
is.
you that I had a glut of content ready for whenever you're ready for it.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to check off something on my boxes right now because every time that I start ticking off things on my boxes, other people jump on top of it.
Well, go ahead. Do your thing.
Right now, well, as soon as she's done cataloging the scrolls, because that's something that's been needing to get done for a while, she really needs to finish building Philippides. Preferably before we end up in combat with whatever.
Also, I did link you my my document that had the
Yes, I went through it and I picked out 4 scrolls that she would be pocketing. She's going to attempt. She's going to attempt to learn those to see if she's even physically capable of doing that anymore. But that'll be down the road. After other stuff.
I will say, note, Tibble didn't give the call, and he didn't give the pay balls away, and he also didn't give Sharp Ball to the Inquisition.
Oh no, sharp
that
ball.
he did not.
Yeah,
Tibble
well,
making a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Nobody
Well-
noticed.
Because they didn't understand that was a sacrifice. They were just like, ah, Timber's being cool.
Yeah, Tibber's being cool. You're welcome.
And yeah, he's trying because he's caught between his loyalty to the crew and loyalty to the Imperium. Rose is caught between her loyalty to Timber and her loyalty to the crew.
And the twins are just trying to help keep everybody alive and happy and failing miserably.
Everybody's
yeah.
having a bad time.
And then we
I don't
have
know,
Mr.
Ghost seems to be
Cosmopolitan there, Kemo.
I think
Hi.
Gall's doing okay.
I think he needs more pink to be cosmopolitan.
I think we
Anyway,
need to see more of what Gar's been up to and stuff.
Yeah, Gar's like never done anything.
Yeah.
He's
No
just
offense.
there.
Or it's just vibing.
Spotlight on Gall. This is now Gall. This is now the Gall episode. Your compliance is mandatory.
Kemo,
So,
Timber, Rosalia, Moriarty, and the Martens playing out this massive soap opera. Gar in the corner. Blep.
if the conversation between if the conversation between Moriarty and Rose extends beyond how long it takes her to go through the scrolls, she will be resuming work on Philippides.
I think that was we basically already ended that conversation more or less. It was more
Well, no reason you can't talk and work at the same time.
right. No, but like I finished my thought on the thing where Moriarty was basically just like, "Hey, Rosalia, we should get ready for in case this is a thing, and I really don't want this to be a thing, but this might be a thing."
Yeah.
Since Timber went ahead and said he hates adventurers and that, all that. And Moriarty is the most adventure-y adventurer of the adventurers.
I think out of everyone, the twins might be the least adventurer of the group. Simply because they did actually go and get a job.
Well, if getting a job removes you from being an adventurer... If getting a job removes you from being an adventurer, then Moriarty's got docked points because he went and joined them and worked.
One by one, the construction crew had claimed everybody.
Oh no, the civilian.
At least I showed it. At least I showed up. I showed up and ended it.
Oh no.
Well,
that means Timber is the biggest adventure.
however much time and whatever progresses then. Once Philippides is online, the next order of operations would be Rose would want to show off its function to Timber, and then would be studying that corrupted golem core to see what the fuck it is and whether or not she can use it to replace her own spell points and channel energy for Philippides.
So how many
Alright,
lines is it going to
just
take?
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana check.
What was that, Tochemay?
How many lines is it going to take to make Philippides online?
Oh, hell yeah, 19.
It was almost a 1. It was hovering.
Yeah. Well, you see,
Nice.
I did say it was watch it be a 1, but then I saw you all rolling, so I pulled up my phone and started dicking around on that because I knew that would have made the thing not roll to a 1 because I said so because I wasn't paying attention.
Uh-huh.
God damn it,
Anyways.
Tochemay. Right now in my head, I've just got the dial-up tone mixed with the screams of the damned.
That's what dial-up tone is.
Yeah, what's...
No, it's even worse somehow.
You just want closer to the pits where the dial-up actually came from.
You put your head up
Instead of
against the
just
modem.
talking. Yeah. Now you know
All right.
what it was
With
like.
that check, with that check, you would know that this adventure would absolutely work. However, you also think that if you could manage to give it some sort of additional oomph, it might reduce the amount of HD that it takes up, or go faster, depending.
Well, if I could use the core to free up some of my dice pool, that'd be very nice.
You think that that would absolutely work?
Quick question.
I will.
Tanya?
Yeah.
So, you remember the Zim Cube?
Yeah.
Great. What if the ship had legs?
Then you'd have to call Clegg.
I'm so confused
I
at
am
what's going
pretty
on.
certain that I have just set Tanya's brain a buzzing.
No,
You see, guys?
I'm concerned because ship be big and heavy, and well, theoretically, a beast could be made that could lift it. I do not have enough materials on hand.
Oh no,
Also,
just add
I would
legs
need
to...
I would need legs of the appropriate size. I can't just
Dragon.
use a shitload of small bones. Yeah, like we would need to go kill a dragon.
Or a
To
few
put it
giant
into
centipedes.
perspective, just to put it into perspective, this thing weighs a few hundred tons. Empty.
Wagon.
So,
It-
augmenting Philippides using the core, how many hit dice cost can I negate?
You could absolutely... So there are two options that you have for this. You can either make it so Philippides is cheaper on you, in which case he would only cost 3 hit dice, or you could make it so that way he gets a bunch of extra oomph and can row really fast.
Damn it, I know which one helps the crew more. And I know the one that Moriarty would lean towards if she were to present these two options to him, since she's using him as moral compass. So, I'll go with the speed boost.
If the ship got
I mean,
legs
yes,
and the
Temple.
Timber's the captain, would that become Hal's moving warboat?
Yes.
Okay, Timbo grabs the chat's attention for a second. This is why a crusade. The adventurers want to put legs on a boat.
I get dibs on being Howl.
Okay, that's fine. You can be a cursed big bird.
And I'm just saying, giant ants.
Kemo, I will assign you the role of Calcifer.
I don't get these references.
Living fire.
Oh.
Rosalia, I think we already know who you are.
No.
You're the... I forget her name, but she's the old lady woman.
No.
No?
No.
Well, the alternative is the witch.
No.
All right, I will
Alright,
give
so
you
we're
the
sailing the
scarecrow with the
boat.
top hat. Final offer.
No.
No, the scarecrow is Gar.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Let's continue, guys.
Yes, let's continue. So yeah, once she's got all that done and she's installed the core with a nice, decorative enclosure, just a whole bunch of finger bones and a starburst shape around it, just in case she needs to remove the core in an emergency later. You always have a way to eject the core because plot. Yeah. At some point in time, Timber would notice that the 3 buttons that she has installed next to the helm all pop up at the same time. So, 2 buttons with the symbol of being... It's 2 buttons with the symbol of the Inquisition, one pointing port, one pointing starboard, and one symbol which is just a sail with wind in it.
And since Tempo's, disconnected from everyone, I'm just gonna go the little chaos course, right? It's sending bad thoughts to Temple. Do it. You know you want to. Do it.
Push the button. Push the button.
Push the button, loyalist. You don't want to be a puppet on a string forever, do ya? Push the button. You know you want to. And just Tip was suffering alone up there.
Timber needs hugs.
And a few moments of temptation. A few moments of temptation later. Timber! Philippides is alive! Well, undead anyways.
No response from Timble.
She's heading up to the helm.
Moriarty follows.
Oh, hey. Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah, so, Philippides is now theoretically fully functional.
And as you talk to Timble, he's like looking directly at you instead of like steering the boat like he usually is.
Right. Anyways,
I'm hard of hearing. It's harder to hear you when the twins aren't. I gotta read your lips.
Ah, okay. So, these 2 buttons are for firing broadsides. And she is actually speaking loudly.
Yeah. Yelling at him.
If you shove this down, it fires all of the cannons on that side at whatever appears to be the intended target. You can shout out a target, and if Philippides hears you, then that will become the priority target. But generally, it's whatever's the most dangerous looking.
Okay.
When the button pops up, That means it's ready to fire that broadside again. This one up top. This one up top. You push it down to go faster. Pull it up to go slower. If it's already all the way down and you hit it again, you get a speed boost. But he can only do that every so often.
Okay.
That's the full list. I can write it down if you want.
I'm. Just stop talking about it, please.
I will create written instructions.
Yep.
No. This is good.
This is heretical that you just made.
Can we encounter some giant centipedes?
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, it's already called Philippides. It's halfway to centipede anyways. We pop on some centipede legs. Boom! It can walk. We don't have to pay docking fees. We don't need to worry about inns. Our home goes with us. And then when we go up to the BBG, we got cannon fire support right there, wherever the hell we are. Just
I think
say
it'd just be easier to slap a giant balloon on top of the ship and make it an airship.
I like your thinking as well.
If the Imperial Navy could wall up on shore, I think we would already be winning by now. Man, how cool would that be? Fortresses that wall on land with cannons?
I think the twins have him, or I think I've got Timber halfway convinced already. Just saying.
Hold on a second. Zim, hold on just one moment. There you go. What I posted it. Oh, son of a mother. Hold on, it's being stupid. Why is it not letting me save it?
You can't save them, Rosalia.
Watch me.
I believe I have intrigued the woe.
There it goes. Okay, I managed to get the GIF working.
I told you. Freaking adventurers.
Is this what you have in mind?
Bigger legs, but yes, that would be sufficient as well. I'm thinking legs that are long enough for it to go up and down more easily, not requiring sand and whatnot, After all, sand is coarse, and it gets everywhere.
We are becoming a freaking shonen jump right now. I believe that's the term for that particular genre of anime. Well, anime and manga.
I didn't know you guys were teenagers.
It's okay, Taldarius. I don't know what these children are speaking of. You know why? Because ignorance is the best defense.
Just a reminder to chat, we do have influence. Just saying.
Timber. This is out of character, but also because in character relevance. You literally have a propulsion system for the ship, which is being powered by the soul of a female loyalist. How is this not what a huntress uses?
Because the Kaiser said it was okay. And I'm not sure how loyalist everyone is after I told everyone what Temple fucking crusades against.
Yeah, Rose wasn't present for that conversation, and also she doesn't really give a shit anyways.
I'm waiting for the ship to pull out its oars and start beating people with it.
Oh my god, yes. for in harbor.
And Tibble does feel bad for upsetting the twins about the book, but also incredibly proud of fucking Brutus. On point, as always. So it's Tim was in a. He's so proud and sad at the same time. He's proud. Why did
Anyways,
they have to give me a fucking heart? It is my greatest weakness.
so yeah, Rose will finish up her little bit of exposition by putting Philippides into gear and leaving it in cruise speed.
All right.
For whatever effect that will have on the ship's sailing speed. I believe we're roughly 1 week into the voyage at this point.
You know what? Sure, it doesn't really matter. As for like exactly when into the voyage we are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I assume you're pressing the button.
Yep.
All right. As you press the button, Philippides just goes ahead and starts rowing. You are going faster, though it's hard to tell exactly how much, considering that you do have good wind behind you, too.
So, yeah, basically the ship is moving at optimal speed right now because got both the sails and the oars.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Temple standing behind the fucking helm is like, I am speed. Because he's so used to a fucking woven ship, which is a lot slower.
Yeah. Yeah, Timber tracking the waves as they're cutting through the water. It's like, holy crap, we're moving fast.
Yeah. Like, people were like, oh, this is fast, but Tim was like, holy shit.
I cannot leave the wheel.
Speed.
I didn't know boats could go this fast.
We're at ramming speed.
Oh my god, no.
I wish we could go at this at ramming speed with a huntress or cannoness. Oh my god.
What do you
could
consider ramming speed?
We could split a goddamn island and not even need the tower. We just cut the island apart.
I'm guessing for timber, ramming speed's probably like 5 knots.
Don't worry, because you're going 15.
Measured in knots. Ha ha ha.
No, seriously, you guys are actually going 15 knots, by the way.
Yeah.
Knot is like 4 miles per hour, right?
Yeah, ish.
No, but yes. It's not actually.
I am surprised that the fox would not immediately go to a different variety of knot.
Oh my god. 15 knots is 17 1/3 miles per hour.
I think Moriarty would rather have 14 knots.
which is 27.8 kilometers per hour for everybody else.
You fools, you think that there would be a limit to the number of knots I would want.
Well, too bad. You only got like fucking 5. Wait, no, 6.
I think there's only 4.
No, there's at least 5.
You have 3 loyalists with you, right?
What part of numbers don't you understand? I haven't slept in a day!
So,
I'm seeing 2 men.
Gar, you up to anything? Kemo up to anything?
Probably not. Kimo would just be relaxing at the front of the ship watching.
Making
Kemo
sure we
does
have
not.
everybody, the kobolds, the people who are learning magic.
Speaking of that, there's influences involving the kobolds that are left over from prior weeks, Taldarius.
Yes, there is. I was actually scrolling up to get to them, just so I make sure I don't miss them. Because, the kobolds are involved again. Let's go. Alright, yep, there's one. I remembered that one. Was there more than the one? Because I think there was just one.
I will resend you all the influences that are currently still pending having actual implementation.
Oh.
That last one already took effect.
Okay, what about that one? Do you want to just refund that one?
Which one? Alright, so 5th one. Yeah, just go ahead.
Refund? Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and refund that one.
And last but not least, this one that was redeemed 5 months ago and has yet to actually be implemented.
Hey, there would have been implementation, except that now there was another one that specifically didn't want one of the targets to happen yet. Or one of the triggers.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm still keeping that in mind.
Oh, I'm sure you are. It's just funny that it has been sitting there in limbo for 5 months because we haven't done anything with the ship.
True.
Well, now we're doing stuff with the ship.
Yes, and then he redeems a thing where it's completely peaceful.
Yep. As for the kobolds, what was the... Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check, Gar. If you're searching around the ship for the kobolds.
Yeah.
Well, you only find the 2 of them, but they don't seem worried about where the 3rd is.
Let's see. Give them each a copper piece. Like I'm supposed to.
Alright.
Making sure they're okay.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good.
Especially after last time they were getting chased around the old ship.
Yep. Speaking of, the one that escaped is the one that you can't find. You don't see the inventor anywhere.
Joke.
As long as you guys know what's going on with the inventor.
And what is going on? I was distracted by a thing.
Oh, yeah, no one has bothered finding the kobold inventor after he jumped out of the window to escape.
Well, Rose had asked about them and got confirmation that all three are aboard the ship, so it didn't really concern her beyond that.
Oh yeah, you know that all three are aboard the ship, although you have no clue where the inventor is right now.
Yep, and I'm just letting the other kobolds know, as long as he's alright.
Although, Rose, you had last seen them in the inventor kobold in quite the curious state. When you last saw them, they were haunting your new brig, dressed up in full wood camo, with paint on.
Yeah, they went on a little mission.
I suppose that's suspicious enough for her to go poking around.
The second time they did a mission. Those condensed bastards also loved pilots.
Condensed bastard.
True, they are about like 3 feet of condensed bastards, so.
All right. Ollie Ollie Oxenfree, where are you?
Okay, Rose, I'm right over here.
You, I'm looking for the freaking kobolds.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Well, I figured she'd start by asking around for them, but yeah, if they're not readily apparent, then she'll have to start actively looking.
No, the 2 of them are readily apparent. It's the
okay, where's the third one?
And they are not snitching right now.
Yeah, I'm asking those other 2. Where's the third one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not snitching.
She's just going to pull a scroll of Zone of Truth out of her locking pouch and hold it up. Do not make me use this. I can and will extract your deepest, darkest secrets and hold them against you indefinitely.
And what do you have there?
Scroll of Zone of Truth.
One of them looks really worried, but then the other one smirks triumphantly and goes, that doesn't make us answer.
No, but this does, holding up the hot poker with the other hand.
We've been played.
Ha! Got him!
Rose, they have to stay here to be in the Zone of Truth.
Look what JTM just said. This is not a safe work environment.
It never was.
Got him! Got him!
Okay, what significance does that have?
Are you
Even if
asking like in
use-
character? Or...
Even if you use the scroll, they have to be in a certain distance.
Yes.
They can just run.
Mm-hmm.
Bold of you to assume that I wouldn't restrain them first. I'm just trying to ask politely.
I'm just notifying you because we have all these marked holes in the ship that they can go through.
Yes. And? Those are Marten-sized holes, not kobold-sized.
Technically, squeezing rules for kobolds would work for those holes. Right, Taldarius?
By technicality, yes, although it was requested that they be made in a way that it would not particularly work well.
Yeah, like each of them has a slight curve in it, sort of thing. Makes it much more difficult to squeeze through.
So, you know, it's not exactly a free lunch.
Look, I just need to make sure that he's alright. The only reason why I'm, let's say, being aggressive about this is because I really, really want to know. And because, well, quite frankly, I'm just pissed off in general right now.
They are staying nice and silent.
So how does Rose want to tie them up?
Yep, she's just going to hold up a hand, give a bit of a finger flick. She's sending the 3 skeletons after the 2 kobolds.
I'm just imagining that it's specifically the middle finger.
Okay. Okay, cool. The 2 of them are going to attempt evasive actions. And you're sending 3 skeletons. Alright. One of the kobolds is grabbed, but the other one manages to slip away. And is currently attempting to get very far away.
One is enough. And while they are restrained, she is going to get right up in their face with the hot poker, and I'm turning on the fear aura.
Alright, DC.
Yo. Where is it? Intimidate. And, let me double check my abilities. Fear aura. How much of a bonus does this give? Okay, that's its own separate thing from me rolling Intimidate. Fear aura acts independent of Intimidate. It's a 10 plus half caster level, so 4 plus the casting ability modifier. 14, my casting modifier. Casting modifier is plus 6. So 20. A DC of 20 to overcome the fear aura.
You're gonna hate this little bastard because he rolled an 18 and he has a +3.
And the intimidate didn't do too good either.
You're gonna hate this guy.
I'm just gonna chalk this up to him trying to call her bluff because he thinks she won't actually do it because he's part of the crew.
Also, condensed bastard.
Also, condensed bastard. Gar, would you roll me a perception check?
I want to know what Moriarty's doing because she is fully intending on follow through on this because the evil impulses are cropping up. She's been spending a lot of time dead lately.
Sorry, what exactly is she threatening to do?
Zone of Truth a kobold and use a hot poker to torture the information out of him.
Right, yeah.
Moriarty's response.
She already has the hot poker at the ready.
Say Rosalia.
Yeah, I choose to believe that the player Moriarty, not the character Moriarty, was actually starting to doze off there.
The weird thing is, I was completely aware of the situation, but then, like, the moment I was, like, called upon, my brain flicked off. Like, I've been completely aware of the fact that, yeah, there's been the kobold inventor, and he's not here, and he probably had, like, wood camo or something that he started applying to himself. Like, I've been actively listening, but then my brain was just like, panic.
No, Rose is being very evil right now. I was like, why has Moriarty not been saying anything this whole time? I figured I should double check.
Yeah, no, Rosalia.
What?
Maybe there's a less painful way to extract their information.
I already asked.
I know you asked, but I'm saying more. We scratch their back, they scratch ours.
So bribe them.
That is an option. Kobolds do like the shiny things. And it would probably, not make them resent us when we have to stay together on a ship for multiple weeks.
Yeah, she's pointing at the kobold with the hot poker, so it's like between his eyes, inches away. You, what's your price?
All right, now I'm gonna ask Rose to roll perception. This is visual. All right. You notice that while he's like looking around and kind of like trying to find an escape route out of this situation as best as he can, you notice that one area that he never looks to is you're like standing over him, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, got two skeletons restraining him, so she's like eye level in front of him.
All right, yeah. In that case, the only place he doesn't look is over one of your shoulders.
Squinting, turning to face that direction.
All right. As you do so, there is a high-pitched war cry as a fully green camoed kobold with a knife is like on the ceiling and like launches down at you.
One moment, Fantasy Grounds is locked up. I opened the new ship image.
Ah.
There it goes, it
None
loaded.
shall see me.
Though my battle cry may give me away.
Yes.
That is correct.
Literally
That
the
was his
kobold
plan.
now.
That
Did you
is, in
literally
fact, correct.
redeem that just... Okay. No, that wasn't redeemed just for that sound effect.
But it
That'd
fit
been
so
hilarious.
well.
It fit great. It really did.
I love those.
All right. I will accept that.
So am I rolling a reflex save here?
You know what? Sure, that sounds appropriate.
Just to try to block with the hot poker.
Let's see how he rolls.
Man, how low that was. He might succeed.
Oh, don't worry, because that was an attack roll. Can I get a slashing crit?
Seriously?
Hey, think about it this way: it's your NPC crewmates that are using up all of my crits this session.
You said
This is true. And also he
Flashing, yes.
he did get a surprise attack on her, so there is that.
You got off lightly,
Fight for
more
my
or
life,
less.
Bill.
You got off lightly, more or less. Triple damage, that's all. We hope you don't die. That's literally what's on the card. I think that's the first time we've had that card come up.
Yeah.
All right. Please take
Influence
what
that
is
might
it?
influence this. Though, of course, for
All
story
right.
reasons, you can always decline.
No, I got a way to make that work. Please take 17 slashing damage from me real quick. I don't know about all of your, damage reductions and how that's going to affect this, but 17 at base.
I believe I can actually spend a spell point for an immediate reduction. Let me double check if I can do that as a reaction.
I think you can.
I think it's Deadened Flesh.
While you're looking that up, I just have an important announcement. Cute.
True.
Oh, spend a spell point as an immediate action. Okay. Okay, so that means I'm negating 5 points worth of damage. So my wounds are only at 13.
Not enough ale.
I think that might be the first party reroll tonight.
Of
course, I completely revamped the way all of it works, but... Wait, why is that set to autocomplete? Ah!
I would like to point out that in the act of landing on her, he has gotten within 5 feet, and her fear aura is still on.
That is true.
Oh no, you've come within range.
So the DC on that is 20.
Yep. Although he will, as he plunges down, you see that he was more attempting than anything else to kind of surprise you and then get to the skeletons to get the other kobold out. However, as you went up to block with your poker, he tried to get past the poker, and as he was falling down into you, it kind of meant that it got lodged in your shoulder a bit.
Oh, come on.
Hey, influence.
That just hurt, or is there additional damage?
No, it just hurts.
Moriarty's gonna be like, "Aye."
Moriarty, do you have on your necklace?
I believe I would currently, yes.
All right. Roll me a will save.
We will save, you say.
Yes, I do say will save.
Will I? Whoop. Oh, okay. Well, good thing that didn't land. I got one better. Let's go.
All right. It takes a fair amount of focus from you, but the kobold that's being held down by the undead sort of like flickers out of existence for like a few seconds until you're able to get your focus back on them. However, it seems like the other skeletons have, completely lost sight of the kobold and have let go of him.
What the what?
It's very hard for you to focus on the kobold right now, the one that was being held down, and these skeletons have released him.
Why is it hard to focus?
Because he had hide from undead cast on him.
Oh.
And you have on your necklace. Thankfully, Rose is only technically undead.
She's only mostly undead.
Yeah. She's only kind of technically mostly undead. So she did not get blasted with it. Which means that she didn't get blasted with that, although her skeletons did.
Alright, so what's the state of things? Who's next in line here for an action?
Basically anyone that's not a kobold.
Alright. The twins are going to be tossing their cloaks out of their door and disappearing somewhere into the Marten tunnels.
I mean, alright. You have fun there.
I am going to cast Exhausting Strike against the Inventor, and I will be spending a spell point to increase its potency.
And then Randolph from the top rope with a mop! No.
Actions. There's Exhausting Strike. Where's that? There it is.
That's only if there's a lot of sound.
It's 19.
Alright, that'll hit.
So yeah, subject of your Ghost Strike becomes fatigued for 1 round per caster level, Fortitude negates. You may spend a spell point to increase this effect to making the target exhausted for 1 minute per caster level, Fortitude negates. On a successful save, the target is still fatigued for 1 round. Unlike regular fatigue and exhaustion, these conditions end as soon as the duration expires.
You know, I would ask for the DC on that, but I'm sorry, little one. The littler one prevails.
Oh my god, these guys. What is it with these kobolds?
You rolled another 20. You rolled another 20, yes.
You know, I am tempted to use that reroll. I am so fucking tempted.
No, it's he rolled a nat 20 on the save, he auto passes.
Oh, fuck him. No, wait, no, don't fuck him. Kobolds like that.
Ew.
Guess my
does it deal damage with it, or is it just base?
It's just Exhausting Strike. As far as I know, it doesn't do any actual damage.
Alright, cool.
Yep. Yeah, this is just for incapacitation.
Yep, just wanted to make sure.
Rose,
Alright, would anyone else like to do anything?
Hey, Rose, you found the Inventor. No need to keep a hold of these guys.
Gaw. He's so innocent.
Yeah, see, she's not thinking very clearly right now. All she's thinking is aggro because the evil impulses.
Stop him,
Rose, no.
Gaw.
Gee, if
up
only
to you.
she had a boyfriend that could bring her back to the light.
Rose, no. Don't do it. No, wait, stop.
Stop,
Come back.
don't, come back. Stop, don't, come back. Oh, she has a time window. She's going to be lining up another attack. She's going to be lining up Curse.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a he's gonna be attempting to get the hell away.
Is he able to break line of sight within the next round?
Mayhaps.
I don't know. He does have on a lot of camo.
Well, she will be pursuing.
This
Rose,
is
no.
true.
What? He
How-
stabbed me.
Rose, it's not worth it.
What floor were you doing this on?
Never specified. It was just
All right,
wherever
never
I
specified.
had, wherever I had run into the kobold at.
All right, yeah, that would have been near their room. So, yeah.
Oh no.
He is going to abscond to the inside of the room and shut the door about as fast as he possibly can.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Rose.
What do you
But
mean?
it's
Anyways,
okay.
as Moriarty was saying,
Yeah, Moriarty was trying to grab her shoulder and just be like, they're not worth it.
he stabbed me.
And what are you gonna do? Stab him?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, you're right. What the? I was having a moment, wasn't I?
It's okay, they are very aggravating, so I don't blame you.
I feel like those are getting worse.
Well, I'm here for you.
She's just grumbling, and she's going to go douse the poker and put it back in the galley.
All right.
But if you want, I can maybe ask Timber to give them disciplinary action.
No, I was threatening one, so the other came to the rescue. That's the logical follow through there. That was reactionary. Couldn't see that in the moment, though.
True.
Where are those priests? I need to talk to them.
You say
The
priest?
Or the acolytes, or whatever they're called.
I mean, they're clerics, but yeah, they're acolytes.
Clerics, yeah.
But yes, so they are currently well, because you have like a lot of kids and all that, they're kind of like helping look after the kids and making sure that they're being well fed. Like every single day they've been using their spell slots in order to like, give you guys like food and water, so that way your supplies dwindle as slow as physically possible. So they've kind of just been going around doing that sort of stuff. Also just because like it's been very peaceful, so it isn't like they've been able to kill anyone. So yeah, they've just been going around, doing kind of what they were hired to do, which is the whole, give
So
people.
yeah, the way she's closing out that day is she's going to ask them to bless the shit out of her, and then she's going to bed for the night.
They talk among themselves a tiny bit, and one of them goes, I have 2 spell slots left, sure. And they will cast Bless on you. Please take a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects.
Will this cause any damage to her, or is there no healing accompanying with it?
No, there's no healing. The effect of the spell called Bless is that the caster and all allies within 50 foot of them, for 1 minute per level, and this was cast at the lowest level, so 1 minute, gets a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects. It also counters and dispels Bane.
Yep, she's going to bed after that because she's like, holy crap, that actually was a close call. That could have gone a lot worse than it did.
This is true.
And of course, when I say she's going to bed, because there's still no bed in the brig, she's going to Moriarty's room.
Yay!
You have a nice pile of hay there.
No. So, that's the voyage continuing, I guess.
Yep. Any other shenanigans you guys want to get up to?
Actually, yes.
All right. Continue shenanigans.
Is this like a new day?
Yeah, it'll be a new day.
Okay. Temple will tell his 3 Wolven to go find Kemo and request that he sees the captain alone, and wherever he's at, the Wolven will stay there and take his post. For now.
All right. They will happily do so. Kemo,
He was
you
probably just
have...
going to be on the front of the ship.
All right. You have an entire squad of Wolven come up to you and proclaim that the captain is looking for you.
Where is Timber at right now?
Heroes never die.
Still steering the boat.
I'm
Yeah,
just going to
probably
wave
just
at him from where I am at the front of the boat. And yeah, I'll get up and go see him. Like, what's up?
All right. All of the Wolven stay where you are at and are like, Brutus is pointing his Kanonengewehr out towards the sea, and the others are just standing with their with swords not drawn but at the ready.
Temple will wait for Kemo to come up.
What's up, Timber?
I do apologize about the other day.
All good?
You know, I was thinking last night.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I said some unsavory things, but how to put this? A house divided cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
I am not to question the Kaiser, and she sent you here for a reason. He starts to, like, that big scroll he had earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he tears it.
Why? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it and all, but
To her most holy inquisition, the power to redact things is solemnly used, but do not make me regret this, Kemo. I have redacted your file.
okay, I do appreciate it.
I only request that, you don't make me regret this.
I'm going to try not to.
Things are really desperate if they're sending people like you.
No one sent me, Timber. I've told you that.
Sure. Timber
Yeah,
will
so
smile.
you think.
The Kazron has a use for everyone.
I mean, that's probably true, but I don't ascribe to your religion either. Just like you don't ascribe to mine, and that's okay. But I do appreciate the effort, and it does mean a lot.
Timber will reach into his vest and bring out one of his Inquisition crests. You know, the little purity seals, and just gives it to Kemo and goes, "We're in so much danger, Kemo. We're running out of time. I'm trying to bury the hatchet."
Mm-hmm.
In your face.
No. I'm all one to go for the heart.
You should have aimed for the head.
Gonna say that.
The heart's more important than the mind.
Is just quiet for a second. No, I get that. And I appreciate it, Timber. Why? There are good things that the Kaiserin and that the Imperium does.
We are not good nor bad, just necessary. This threat, it's not just about loyalists anymore. In my quest here, I've noticed some things.
Mm-hmm.
It'll destroy us all.
What will?
This void beast I've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen what it did. Your father may have mentioned that no matter how hard you hit a wolven, they don't go down to one strike, but this traitor, it used to be a loyalist, but not even his faith could save him from corruption. I've witnessed him hit wolven stronger than me so hard that they just instantly died.
Mm-hmm. How are the Wolven able to even do that?
Well, our faith protects us from chaos, disorder, those who will exploit the rules. but even those can break. I've had them as long as I can remember.
What do they do exactly, though?
Well, you're quite familiar with the fact that we can withstand a lot of damage.
I mean, you handled me fairly well. You didn't die or anything.
Yeah, I'm still breathing a little harder after that. That was quite impressive.
I specifically was trying not to kill you there.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be like a spar and such.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any good, I know Dragomas wasn't using a weapon, but you definitely did hit me harder than he did.
I think when it comes to my dad, he can curb stomp me even worse than what I did to you. That's sort of like his whole thing.
Yeah. I've heard reports.
But
I saw the vision. The Imperium expands, runs into something that ambushes it. It's like fighting a ghost that's not there. By the time we get all veterans over, he's gone.
Thank you, everybody, for joining for Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder. This was a little bit of a goof that we did. Unfortunately, we went over the 6-hour mark, and there's some finicky stuff with YouTube regarding that. But this was part 1. We'll have part 2 shortly. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps the channel alive. I cannot do it without you guys. Consider grabbing some merch over at through our link tree there, as well as becoming a patron at patreon.com/zgfgaming. But for now, thanks for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.